What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii and I am back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. And in today's video, we finally have all of the details, or 99% of the details, of the brand new global first Sugo Fest exclusive GARP. So in this video, we're going to be breaking down his captain ability and also his updated special ability, which is a multi-stage special, which is quite interesting. Now, before we get into this, also a big shout out to the Worst Generation and also Anton for doing the data mines for these characters, or this character in particular. Greatly appreciated. So without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and get straight into it. So I'd like to introduce you guys to the global first Sugo Fest exclusive GARP. So here we have GARP the Fist, the Pirate King's arch nemesis. He is a free spirit powerhouse Psi unit, and at max level at level 99, and we're not too sure on his limit break stats or whether he has a limit break at all. I would assume he has a limit break. It is not currently known at this current point, but his max level stats, he has 3,280 HP, 1,450 attack, and 376 recovery. Honestly, looking at GARP, I thought he would have had much more attack and also much more HP, but it is what it is. And he also has 55 cost and 5 socket spots. So let's go ahead and break down his captain ability. So his captain ability will boost all characters' attack by 2 times and also give all characters a 1.5 times HP boost. On top of this, he will make their Psi and recovery slots count as matching orbs, and he will go ahead and boost all characters' attack by 4 times instead after the chain of good, great, and perfect hits without breaking the chain. So immediately when I read this, I was extremely disappointed. The fact that they have basically just gone ahead and recycled Log Luffy with a GARP skin, essentially, is what they've done here. They have obviously made him better than Log Luffy in the fact he does have a base attack boost, a very substantial HP boost, and also 2 of the natural orbs will also be counted as beneficial. Now, on top of all of these boosts, he will go ahead and lower your crew's attack drastically for every shooter, striker, and cerebral character that is on your crew when GARP is your captain. So, as if GARP wasn't restricted enough, the fact that you do have to hit good, great, and perfect, you can't run any character on your crew that is a shooter, striker, or a cerebral, otherwise you're going to be having less overall damage output, which I am extremely frustrated at Bandai for creating this character the way they did. I think that they have definitely missed the mark here. I'm not a big fan of this character at all. I don't know why people would ever want to defend a character like this either. I mean, it is finally awesome that we are getting a Legend GARP, and his artwork looks fantastic with the Water 7 in the background. But I feel like they definitely missed the mark with the character creation here. Good, great, and perfect. I mean, not a lot of people do like good, great, and perfect characters. Log Luffy was used so much back in the day just because he was the best rainbow captain to use, and he just beat everything back in the day. They released V2 Fuji, who not a lot of people like. If you use slasher teams often, then he's good, but I mean, outside of that, no one is, wanting to use V2 Fuji because they want to use slashers a lot of the time. And I do think that reintroducing good, great, and perfect on GARP is a really, really big L on Bandai's side. I think that's a really big miss, and I don't think a lot of people are going to be going as crazy for these characters anymore. I mean, a lot of people do dislike some of the legends that are about to come out on global. We've got GARP is obviously coming now, but Gear 4 is going to be great, and I think everyone wants Gear 4, and Nami's kind of good, but past that, there aren't that many Sugo Fest exclusive characters that are going to be coming out that a lot of people are going to be super duper wanting, and GARP really doesn't help that either. And especially if they wanted to bring out a character where they really wanted people to spend their gems, this definitely wasn't the character to do so. He doesn't really have a great captain ability overall. Having to hit good, great, and perfect for that 4 times is extremely annoying, because even if you do miss the good, great, and perfect, you've only got to base 2 times. The thing is, V2 Fuji is still better as a captain in comparison to GARP, because even though, yeah, you are only using slashes, the fact that he still has a base 3.25 times attack boost, meaning that you don't have to hit good, great, and perfect every single turn. The fact that GARP is a 2 times base multiplier means that you will have to hit good, great, and perfect every single turn to start killing these mob characters, unless if you do have a friend captain that is not GARP and is something else. Like another character that would ideally work here would be like a friend Luffy and Ace Captain. I feel like that would work extremely well with GARP. I do think his captain ability is better than someone like V1 Law 6+. I do think that it is a better captain ability than him, because you get a very substantial health boost and you get 2 of those natural orbs counting as beneficial. But man, the fact that you cannot run shooters, strikers, or cerebral is such a bad con to this character, and I don't know why it's there. It's actually very similar to V2 Fuji in the fact that he has that really annoying debuff that really he shouldn't have, the fact where he takes more damage, and GARP just has an unnecessary con or negative to his captain effect that really didn't need to be there, and I'm just really not a fan of what they've done here with his captain ability. Moving away from his captain effect, let's start discussing his special ability. Now, we already knew what his final stage special ability already did. That was already announced in the Sugo Fest announcement. And his stage 2 special, which now we know starts at 21 turns, and we do not know what it maxes out at. I would assume it's only a 5 skill ups is what he would need, and hopefully he has a limit break that reduces it by more cooldown. That would be great. But as we already know, it reduces one enemy's HP by 30%. That ignores all defensive effects, which includes barriers and stuff, which is a really good effect. The fact that you can just do damage through barriers, just health cutting. 30% is so substantial as well through barriers. And then he'll also set your crew's chain multiplier to 3 times for a single turn, and he also reduces your crew's special bind duration by 3 turns. Now, this is where I really wish we had his limit break information, because at that point we would know whether he has that sailor ability or the crewmate ability that will disable the special bind on himself. Because if you have a special bind remover that doesn't resist it on themselves, it kind of makes that kind of effect redundant on the character. So I would sincerely hope that he has a crewmate ability that removes it or just reduces it by a certain amount of turns on himself, so you can then use his special ability to unlock your other crew members. But the thing about this GARP is once we knew that it was a multi-stage special, we were all suspecting that his first stage, or the first 2 stages, we didn't know if it was a 3 or 2 turn stage, we were suspecting that the chain lock on his final stage was going to be reduced to like a 2.5 or a 2.75 chain lock. But no, they kept it as a 3 times chain lock still, even on his stage 1 special, which I do think is the saving grace for this character, because his stage 1 special is 6 turns faster than his stage 2 special. It's only a 10% health cut that goes through barriers, and he only reduces special bind duration by 1 turn. But still maintaining that 3 times chain lock is extremely key. If he goes down to a 10 turn cooldown, which is what we're all suspecting, going down to 10 turns, and if he has a limit break that gives him cooldown reduction, that would be fantastic, making him a 9 turn 3 times chain locker character for, you know, your side teams, your free spirit teams, your powerhouse teams. Like a lot of teams can use this unit, and that's what has me excited about this character, and I think it's the only thing about this character that I actually do enjoy. Now, even though he's going to be an extremely low cooldown chain locker, that's going to be great, the thing is we are going to be getting a character very, very soon on Global who is going to be a 3.25 times chain locker, who also does more things that are, I would say, arguably better than GARP on a lower cooldown, on a 9-turn cooldown in Legend Guild Tesoro. So the thing is Tesoro is just a straight up better unit in my personal opinion over this Legend GARP, and it's kind of like, if you already have Guild Tesoro, you don't need GARP. And GARP is actually a worse unit overall in comparison to Guild Tesoro. And another thing to note as well, just on Global, a unit that we already have on Global, version 2 Rayleigh, who is also a 3 times chain locker, and he also does a lot of other things. GARP is kind of like a different version of V2 Rayleigh in terms of their special ability. They both are 3 times chain lockers, but, you know, obviously they have differing effects. Rayleigh's also an orb booster, and is also a free spirit character, so, you know, free spirit getting another 3 times chain locker is pretty crazy. And the thing is if you already own V2 Rayleigh, the only thing that would be better than V2 Rayleigh that GARP has over him is just the pure speed, is the fact that you can activate his special ability on a lower cooldown than what version 2 Rayleigh can as a sub on free spirit teams. So overall, I'm very confused as to why or what the design purposes and the design choices were for Legend GARP, and it's going to be interesting to see how some players utilize this character. Obviously, this character is coming out with the face-off Aokiji versus Akainu Sugo Fest, so this character is actually going to be a pretty good unit to use against the Akainu stage, just because obviously he's going to be a side unit. He's actually an amazing sub-unit on version 2 Kuzan team, so if you guys have version 2 Kuzan, this guy's going to be a great unit for that if you are going up against that Akainu stage. But that is pretty much it, guys. That is my full breakdown of the brand newly released global first Sugofest exclusive GARP character. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video, and if you guys have enjoyed it, make sure to smack the like button down below. And if you want to stay up to date with all of the content I post on my channel, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But other than that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.